Well, I want to thank all of you for coming. I'm very happy to be here with County Executive Angela Alsobrooks and with the Chairman of the County Council, Calvin Hawkins. We want to thank Giant Food for partnering on this vaccine program. We're very excited to be here in Prince George's County, and I know that the County Executive wanted to say a few words, particularly about the safety of the vaccine and how important it is for the people in the Prince George's County community to be willing to get the vaccine.
Thank you. Well, first of all, we want to welcome the governor home. It's always good to have him back here in Prince George's County. I want to thank him also, not only for coming here today to a part of our community that is very vulnerable and where we have a lot of our residents who are very afraid of this vaccine, to have the governor come in and to reassure many of our residents that the vaccine is not only safe, but that it's available, that we're going to do everything we can to get it to them. But we want to thank you, Mr. Governor, for that. And also, you all have heard that we have the mass vaccination site, that it will be online on the 5th. And so we want to thank the governor for choosing Prince George's County twice to be first in terms of getting the testing that we had at FedEx Field at the very beginning of this pandemic. And want to thank him again for bringing the very first mass vaccination site in the state to start in Prince George's County, which has been the epicenter of this particular pandemic. So thank you, Mr. Governor, for being here. And to say to everybody, the governor's been vaccinated. Yes. He tells, and it is safe. And we encourage everybody to be protected, to join us and to be proud to be protected.
Thank you very much. Yeah. I don't know, Cam, did you want to say anything? Well, I want to just thank the county executive. It's been a tremendous partnership, and she's right. This terrible disease has really affected the communities of color more than anyone else. And the only way we get through this is with this vaccine that provides so much hope. It's 95% effective, and it's been through a rigorous process. I know there's particular concerns in minority populations and disadvantaged communities about this vaccine, and that's why it's so important. It's why we're here today. It's why we partnered with Giant to have better outreach into the community, and it's why we're so excited next Friday to be opening the first of 6 mass vaccination sites here in Prince George's County at Six Flags America, which, as the county executive said, was the very first really mass testing center, which works so well. And we're excited about that. We want to thank Six Flags for partnering with us, too. So with that, we'll be happy to answer any questions.
Some of the county executives have complained bitterly that the proportionality of the way the vaccine is coming out seems to not work out for some of the larger jurisdictions. You talked at length yesterday about this extreme shortage. Could you address this issue of perhaps rural counties proportionally receiving more vaccine than a big county like Prince George's or Montgomery?
Yeah, no, that's not true. I know that I had a conversation with the county executive in Montgomery County who was somewhat confused about that. And Anne Arundel County, there was a little bit of a mix-up because a lot of the doses went to Anne Arundel Medical Center rather than the county health department. But each county is getting exactly their proportional share and always has. There's no difference in allocations to various jurisdictions.
Just wanted to make sure, with this site here, this is state-run site here. Is this state-run site?
No, this is a partnership, a private sector partnership that the state set up with Giant Food all across the state, and it's 25 different locations, 22 Giant Food, and they own a company called Martin's in Western Maryland, 3 of those. We also have partnerships with Safeway and with Walmart and Rite Aid and CVS and others. But this one, Giant Food, is just partnering on a statewide basis, but it's a Prince George's County site.
Governor Hogan, I don't usually see you at the grocery store, but this is the first time
You must be at the wrong grocery store.
This is the first time I've seen you double mask, which people are talking about now. Is this new for you, or is this something you do?
It is new for me. I mean, that's the newest advice from Anthony Fauci and from the doctors at CDC, that with the more virulent strains that are out there, that it really is just safer to double mask. So this is the first time I've ever done it, but I did it on purpose to kind of send the message that this is kind of advice that they're starting to give. Besides that, this other big one I had is so loose, it wasn't covering anything, but it was cooler than the little paper one. So. I couldn't quite hear about, I'm sorry, Mackenzie.
So we can get the second dose. Just keep
Oh, yeah, sure. So, the numbers change every day as the vaccines come in from the federal government. I think as of last night, we had delivered 98% of all the first doses or all of the doses out that we had in the state to every single county health department, our hospitals, or frontline providers, to the partners in the pharmacies and all that. 80% of all the first doses have already been administered, stuck in arms. The remainder of the ones that have not been injected yet is because they're not able to. They're on a schedule. One of the vaccines has to be done 21 days after the first shot. The second one has to be done 28 days after the shot. So it's a little bit confusing. You say, why haven't all these been done? Well, because they can't be done yet. We're caught up and about to run out of vaccines on first doses, so we have to get new ones every day. We're doing somewhere, I think now, up to almost 20,000 a day. We only get 10,000 a day. So it's not a problem of us not getting them done fast enough. It's that they're not making enough of them. They're not being held back. They're scheduled for appointments. If you got your first dose, a couple of weeks ago, you have to wait until the 21st day before you can get it. It's not being held back. This is just the way the process works. The state is not holding back anything. You can't stick a needle in until that timer. It doesn't work.
Just one more clarification, Governor. For the sites here in the county, is this going, like for this Giant, is this going to be just designated for county residents only, or if let's say somebody from Calvert County went and made an appointment, could
That's
some
a great question. I don't know the
just wanted to make
detail.
sure.
I don't really know the details of that agreement with the health departments have with Giant Food, but I know that they have them all across the state, and I think they'll be providing them to people that need them.
Governor, can you explain how this is a pilot program, but what do you hope this can turn into?
Well, so we're very excited that most of the major pharmacy chains, as I mentioned, Safeway, Giant, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Walmart, all of them have agreed to partner with us. Because of this very small supply of vaccines, I keep repeating, we only have 5.8% of the vaccines we need for Maryland. They're only making a certain amount. I was very excited to hear the Biden administration say they're going to buy 200 million more vaccines, and they're promising to ramp up production by 50%, but they're still talking about summer or fall by the time we start to get up to any kind of capacity. Well, we're not going to wait to get ready. So we have all these folks this is a pilot program with 54 pharmacy locations. They're also going to go out into the community. The county executive was talking with this about here in Prince George's. Giant is going to go out to some of the senior apartment centers that are not group homes, not long-term care, not nursing homes, but senior housing projects. And Giant is going to help administer shots there on location. They're going to partner up and do pop-up clinics at churches and other places. So it's really exciting. But when we get enough supply of vaccines, we're going to have them at every single pharmacy and every doctor's office, everywhere. But right now, again, we have a couple 100,000 vaccines and several million people that need them.
Governor, you said that you're catching up and that you're about to run out of vaccine, given that the pace of inoculation is much higher than the supply is being replenished. At what point do you think Maryland's going to run out?
We have about as of yesterday, we had a 6-day supply. We got a commitment yesterday that starting, I think, Tuesday, we get a 16% increase from the federal government, and they're promising a 50% increase in the weeks to come. So hopefully they'll be able to catch up with us.
Last question.
Well, I was really glad that the Senate took up our relief bill, and it sounds like all their priorities are the same as ours. I think the things they talked about today are the things that we've already provided $800 million in state funding for, and we'd love to talk with them about additional potential increases there, both with federal and state dollars. So I look forward to working with the legislature. We're very happy they brought up, we said this is the most important thing for them to do in the legislature. They brought it up in the first less than 2 weeks since they started the session. I think it's great. We look forward to talking with them and hopefully passing our relief bill so we can get this tax relief and this stimulus money out into the economy.
Thank you, everyone.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Governor, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.